All right, I'm going to try and make this not really, really long and rambling. I wanted to talk about some of the really amazing things about realizing that I have ADHD, because it's not all doom and gloom. And I've done a lot of talking about the hard parts about it, but to be honest, my life looks so much better now, retrospectively and in advance, because I understand what's going on. One of the massive things, like I think I talked about how it changed the way I was able to experience my memories stop fiddling with your hair, Kristen, stop fiddling with your hair. Retrospectively, it changed the way I experience some of my quite traumatic memories. But there's heaps of other ways as well. One of the big ways that it's just been wonderful, despite the initial difficult adjustment phase in my head, is realizing beyond a shadow of a doubt that no matter how optimistic I am, or no matter how hard I try, I'm still going to fail at a whole bunch of things that I thought at some point maybe I would learn to not fail at. At least if I go on using the strategies that I've been trying unsuccessfully to use in my life. So it turns out I've been looking in all the wrong places for like ways I can solve these problems that I have with being able to keep on top of my housework and being able to keep my car tidy and not double booking or planning 2 days at the same time that are the same day but involve me being in 2 different locations at once. Those sorts of things, I've worked really, really hard at implementing strategies to try and deal with those things, and also just being like, just try harder, Kristen, just try harder. I think I've already touched on the fact that I try my absolute hardest. I pour everything into absolutely everything I do. That has obviously not worked for me in the past, along with a lot of other strategies, just haven't worked. And it seems now, I realise it seems a bit silly for me to have just hung on to this eternal optimism that maybe this time I am going to put this valuable thing that I know I'm going to need at some point in a very safe place. I'm going to put it in such a safe place that it's not going to absentmindedly get picked up or get taken by one of the children for a game, and then it's not there when I need to find it. I am going to put it in a safe place that I am going to remember because I am intentionally going to remember it. Look, watch. I'm going to put it just here. That is my safe place. All right, it's in my memory. It's in my memory. Make a visual. Make a visual. Make a visual. Shut your eyes. Picture the visual. Make some other cues. Add it to a sound. What am I hearing when I hear this sound? Now, I know where it is and I will remember. That thing no longer exists, by the way. Those safe places, I don't know, every time I am 100% sure that I've found a safe place, it's never been a safe place. I've never been able to find it again. I don't know how it happens, but it does mean that I can't use that strategy anymore. I have to I still catch myself going, oh, look, I'm going to put this here and I'm going to remember that I put it here. I put it down and I go, no, Kristen. Remember how many times you've tried this over 37 years? Remember how many times it's worked? Yes, just double check. Just double check. It's not, the outcome here is not going to be good. So I'll pick it up and I will, I just have to change my approach there. So that was a big lot of rambling. But effectively, I am trying to say in a short sentence, don't trust my optimistic self when it says, you are going to remember, because I'm not. I need to start resourcing tools that are outside of myself. Okay, so I need to start looking in different places for strategies that are going to assist me that don't rely on my memory. So this is one of the realizations, and in embracing more external tools and measures to keep me on track, I think it's released a lot of my sense of like guilt and like a lot of the beating up on myself that I've done. When I try a strategy and then it doesn't work. I've just gone into total blank. I feel like half of that video was okay, and now my brain's just gone crash. I'm heading into crash part of the day because of the medication, and it's not at the right dosage and blah blah blah. Anyway, see if I can recover myself. New tools. I have to come up with new tools. That has actually been amazing because some of the new tools that I have come up with have been wonderful. Some of them that I've come up with for my kids have been incredible, and they've been so freeing, and in realizing what's going to work best for them, because it took me 37 years to work out how that worked best for me, it means I can start teaching them now. They don't need to spend 37 or 38 years of their life trying to work out hacks for how to deal with this normal everyday task, because I can teach them the things now because I know how their brain works, because that's how my brain works. Okay, so introducing things like checklists that break down everyday tasks that seem very big to the kids because they're overwhelming and many step, by introducing just literally a whiteboard marker and checklists on the wall for all the normal tasks, the everyday tasks. That has freed them, their minds. They feel so much more in control of their life. When I have a checklist that I realize I have to start doing these sorts of things for myself in all the areas, in the stupid areas, the ones that you wouldn't think you'd need to. Anyway, since I've realized that, it's been super helpful, especially for the kids. So I'm still on the lookout for new tools. If you have any suggestions for external tools that will help keep me on track and with my life in some sort of sense of order, then please share them with me. At some point, I'll probably share a bunch of the things that I have sort of found over the years that have been really helpful. But I'm still always searching. But I guess another massive thing it's done for me is that I have realized that a lot of this shit is not my fault. And I'm not the kind of person who embraces not taking responsibility for stuff. If you're the kind of person who tends towards looking externally for responsibility, then maybe this isn't something that you need so much. But for me, because I internalize responsibility, I'm always looking for how I screwed up in a situation or what I could have done better. This has been fairly freeing because I have known to myself, although I felt like I had to argue it to myself, I still have known to myself. I was just arguing against Evil Chris on this shoulder one. Yeah, that's the person I'm arguing against. Not Healthy Chris, this one here. It's not my fault that I cannot hold something in my memory, or that my attention goes over there when there's a little distraction, stimulus, movement, or something like that over there. Doesn't matter how hard I try, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do to stop that. So realizing that I'm not just a big giant failure. I'm lucky that I never found myself a failure. I could always see value in what I had to offer the world. But in the everyday nitty gritty, I'm able to not beat myself up so much about it. And I'm able to hold on more tightly to a mantra that I've had to develop in my adult life, which is helpful for me to feel grounded and like, yeah, I'm on the right track for whatever I can do. It's a simple little phrase that I repeat to myself lots and lots and lots throughout the day. And it's a good check-in for myself as well to make sure that I am doing the absolute best that I can. And when I'm in a situation where either somebody else is attacking me about how I've handled like my performance or a failure of mine, or whether this little evil Chris is attacking me, I just say, I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. And if I can say that to myself, that self, honestly, and know that I'm being really honest with myself, then I can let the weight of guilt disappear. Because if I am doing the best that I can with what I've got, there's nothing more that I can do. I can ask for other people's ideas for tools and that sort of thing, but I am using everything available to me my internal self world and my external world, if I can say that to myself, then I'm doing okay. So those are two amazing things that knowing that I've got ADHD has done for me. I'm able to know more surely that I am actually doing the best I can with what I've got. And I am able to look for new tools and catch myself when optimistic Chris tells me something that is really not true. I'm not going to remember. And I'm free, and that's amazing.